Hello, calculus fans. All right, let's try to find an equation of the tangent line to the curve y equals x square root of 5 minus x squared at the point where x is equal to -2. Remember that the two pieces of information that we need in order to find an equation of the tangent line are a point and a slope. So for the point, we know that the x value is -2. We'll take that -2 and plug it into the equation. So when we plug -2 in, we get this. And if you simplify all that, you'll end up with -2. So that gives us the y value. So we know now that point on the curve, that point of tangency is -2, -2. All right, so now we're going to find the slope. And to do that, we need to compute a derivative. Now let's rewrite the original function. Instead of a square root, we'll write it as a 1/2 power. And now we're going to use the product and chain rules to differentiate this. Notice that the first thing we have to use is the product rule because this is x times 5 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. The chain rule will come up later. Okay, so we'll use the product rule now, and to differentiate, it's first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. Derivative of the first is just 1. And now we have to turn our attention to computing the derivative of this piece here. And that's where we're going to need to use the chain rule. Okay, so we're also going to use the power rule because we have a power function, something to the 1/2 power. So to differentiate that, we bring the 1/2 down in front. That's this guy here. And we subtract 1 from the power, and that gives us the new power of -1/2. Then the -2x that we have here, that comes from the chain rule. So this -2x comes from differentiating the inside function. Okay, so we've got our derivative. Let's try to simplify it just a little bit. Ordinarily, I wouldn't want to simplify a derivative, but we're going to do something with this. In particular, we're going to plug in x equals -2 so that we can get the slope. Okay, so the 1/2 and the 2 cancel. So this 1/2 and this 2, they cancel out. The x and the x here, those combine to make x squared. And then finally, this negative just comes out in front. So you should check to make sure that everything looks okay there in that derivative. All right, let's plug in -2. And that'll give us the slope. Right, so plugging in -2 into this thing, we get this big mess. But it's actually not all that hard to work out what we have here. This is going to end up being -4 plus 1. You should work that out for yourself to make sure that you agree with that. And so we get a slope of 3. And so finally, we're going to use the point and the slope that we had calculated. We'll put those together, and that'll give us an equation of the tangent line. And it should look something like this. Okay, that's all for now.